I would like to thank you all for your prayers for my dad and the families. I would have been very happy to be with my dad in my own home, but I believe God is present everywhere. And if I were there, I could have given a good tribute to him. So let me share a few things about my dad. He was a teacher as well as a catechist. And he was known for his commitment, dedication, and great faith in God. He was a man of prayer. I remember when I was a child, he taught us to have everyday morning prayer, early in the morning, nearly like around 5 or 5:30 early in the morning, and in the evening, soon after the sunset, the Holy Rosary. It was practiced in a family, and my dad, our father, introduced these prayers at home. That time in the village, nobody was praying almost, only we were praying. But today, many families are praying rosaries, morning prayers as a community, and there are 6 priests from the same village, and many religious nuns are there. My dad had 8 children. Today, sometime we will feel shy to tell how many brothers and sisters you have. Sometime we will feel today 8 means it is some kind of unusual. And out of 8, the eldest son became also a priest, Catholic priest in the same diocese, and one who did all the celebrations, all this arrangement during his funeral. And I am the 4th one, and others have well settled down. So my dad used to tell me and tell us one thing always: to know God is to know ourselves. To know God is to know others. If we don't know God, we will not know about ourselves, we will not know about others. So God is very important in life. And when I reflect about his life, he lived a good believer. He never went to bed without prayer. He never got up from the bed without prayer. Always he lived with prayer. Once I asked him in his old age, what is the most important in your life? Then he told me, the most important in my life is my prayer, more than food, drinks, or any other things. So prayer is the most important thing in my life. That is what he did in his life. And he said, I am not afraid of dying. I have completed whatever I did good. Now I am waiting to reach to heaven. I am praying to God to go to heaven. So this is my prayer, this is my wish. So he was not afraid. And he also suffered a lot. Being a teacher, I remember in a certain stage, he left us all in the village with the mother. Then he started going to the school alone. He stayed alone. He was doing all his works. But I was following him, one of us children, us always with him. So he was bringing water from 2 kilometers for cooking and washing. Even we were doing. And while bringing water, I used to tell him, we are carrying this water like Jesus was carrying cross to Calvary. because bringing a pot of water or bucket of water from 2 kilometers, it was not so easy. So in one village he stayed 7 years, another village 13 years. So during the summer time there was a scarcity of water. Then there was a big mountain. The name of the mountain is known as Tigers Mountain. Those days the tigers were filled there, elephants were there. And once leopard wanted to attack my dad, mom, and the firstborn 2 children. Anyhow, he prayed to God, they were not attacked. And sometime I have experienced even the elephants walking through the forest. People used to run away, they will change the way, come back. But my father used to tell, if God wants us to be killed by elephants, we will be killed. Otherwise, God will save us. So he had great faith in God. So this is what he lived his life. I was thinking always, my dad or we will be crushed by elephants or eaten up by tigers. Anyhow, God saved us. So today, what I reflect about my dad is, he was a true gift of God in the family, in the church, and in the society. So where he walked in his last stage for 13 years, he was praying for the conversion of the entire village. More than 100 families were there. The tribals were there, and they were converted. And he was praying for the conversion. And he loved the priests, religious, and he was praying for more vocations. And he built also one small room for the priests in our own home, because there was no place to stay in the church. The church was broken. No rooms were there. Only one church was built by a Spanish missionary. Seeing the need of the priests, my father built one small room. Whenever priests used to come, they used to stay in our own home. So this is what he loved the priests. Not only the priests, the religious and people. Always he welcomed into home. Today, I thank God. We thank God to have such a beautiful, good father in our family. And he never cheated anyone in his life. He never quarreled with anyone in his life. So people still remember him because of his prayerful life, honesty, dedicated life, and his welcoming nature. And he was always happy in his life, with money or without money. You will be surprised to hear he never went to a dentist. He himself was plucking up the teeth or all at the end, and he never went for any surgery, but he was taking medicines. So at the age of 83, he passed away on 19th of September, and he was buried on 28th on the following day. The Bishop of Berhampur Diocese and so many priests, religious, and the people, they attended the Holy Mass. The Mass was celebrated in our own home, and he was buried. And today we had the memorial service in the village. Nearly 3,000 people were gathered for this memorial Mass, and he was honored. Thank you very much for your kind listening. I shared about my dad so that we may also become a great believer of Christ in the church. Thank you very much.